Hello, everyone. So Teacher Sam here, and I wanted to talk for just a few minutes about a trial conversion. Um, a lot of teachers are very intimidated by trials. There's nothing to really be scared of. You're selling the company, you're not really selling yourself. On the plus side, you do have trials who will convert and then become a regular student, which is great. But let me say this. The trial placement is the hardest part, and I know many of you will agree with that. If a trial student comes into your classroom and they excel on the Unit 2 Level 1, or Level 1 Unit, Level 2 Unit 1, I just call it 2-1, so that you try 2-4 and they still do well, and then they try 2-7 and they can kind of push through 2-7. Word of advice from a vet teacher: don't place that child in 2-7. If they are struggling and barely pushing through at 2-7, they need to be in 2-4. Why? And if you've ever taught a lot of new VIPKid students, I just taught one that it was bad because the student may have done really well at 2-7, but he's now in 2-8 and he can't read at all. To the point that we were having to do fragmented sentences to get him to even get any words out at all, and he was not capable of answering questions. And really, a level 2-7, 2-8, they're starting to answer questions if they're not already reading. So what do? Well, I start at the beginning and we do 2-1, 2-4. Say they're doing great at 2-4. You're having to make a few minor corrections. Let's try 2-7. They can get 2-7, but you're having to do a lot of correcting. So think about that in the aspect that if you're teaching that whole class in 2-7, are you going to spend more of 2-7 correcting or teaching? If you spend the whole class correcting, it does a couple of things. Number one, it becomes a very frustrating class. But number two, even beyond that, it becomes frustrating for the student. It becomes frustrating because the student cannot understand what you're saying, and the student does not understand or comprehend why it's so important that he gets it right the first time. Whereas if you bump that student down to 2-4 where they're already excelling, number one, it boosts their confidence. And you'll see that. You'll see that they get it, so they're happier in class. And what happened to me today, the student that I taught was actually in 2-8, but was frustrated. And when they become frustrated like that, it's easier for them, just like our kids, to play on the phone, watch television, because they're not interested, because they cannot do what we're trying to tell them to do. So when it comes to trial conversions, that's what I'm going to say. Take the time, and rather than trying to put them where they're struggling, and I know that kind of goes against common sense for us, take the time and put that student where they're going to succeed and grow versus be frustrated and fail. If you have any questions, comment below. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe. I do I have a number of videos that are going to be coming out in the next coming weeks. So let me know if you have questions. I'd love to answer them. If there's something that you'd like for me to go over, not a problem. I would love to do it for you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.